guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I'll be showing you guys how I got these lovely knotless braids. I did it all by myself and I'm so excited to show you guys how I did it. Yeah, stay tuned for that. And also don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos from me. Thank you. Alright, so first and foremost, I started off with pre-stretched hair. I blow dried my hair on like the cool setting and then put it in twists so that it can stretch, but it still has this like kinky shape and stuff, so it doesn't have to be super straight. Now the way I parted my hair, I parted it halfway through the center, then I did a T-part, so now it looks like my hair is parted from ear to ear, as well as halfway, like I would say 6 inches from my forehead to the middle of my head. So how it would look now is as if I have 2 pigtails at the front of my head, and then the back of my head would be in the afro. So in the afro portion of my head, I will part it in 2 to make 3 sections in the back. So now I have a section in the middle and 2 other sections at either sides of my ears. And when I'm starting my braids, I would just make smaller sections in each of the very big sections. I hope all of this makes sense. But that's how I part my hair for my knotless braids. Parting my hair that kind of way makes it a lot better for me, because then I'm able to like time control as well as part my hair very neatly without technically having to look in the back. So when I'm parting my hair in each of my little knotless braid sections, I just feel out how it's parted, and I didn't typically plan out for it to be like perfect or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure the parts were clean. They didn't all have to be the same size or anything. Now when it comes to actually braiding and creating a knotless braid, I start off by making sure I use edge control to neaten out my part. Then I start off braiding. Now I just add my feeding hair or my braiding hair by just literally putting it next to my finger and continuing to braid as if it's my regular hair. Try not to think too much on it, you know, just like section out your braiding hair, make sure you have all your braiding hair prepared, and literally just put it next to your hand and continue braiding. And you want to make sure it's, I don't want to say tight, but you want to make sure that it's not loose so that you don't see the difference between the braiding hair and your real hair. You guys are going to see it right here. So I literally take a strand and grab it on one end, and the strand that's out, I put it next to the section that I'm gonna braid underneath. So this video is gonna just be for people who already know how to braid. So when I say, you know, braiding underneath, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, just put your feeding hair next to your natural hair and just continue braiding. And how I typically do it is, if I feel a little section needs more hair or doesn't have enough hair, I would just make sure to feed in here at that part instead of feeding in here into a section that already has enough hair. And I'll just continue braiding all the way down. Now when it comes to ending off your natural hair, make sure you use extra jam so that you're able to tuck it into the feed-in hair, which is your braiding hair. You're able to tuck it into your braiding hair so that it's not visible when you complete the braid. You don't want to see the demarcation between your natural hair and the braiding hair. What I'll do is I'll use extra edge control or jam, your preference, on the ends of my hair, on the ends of my natural hair, so that it is sleek, so that it'll tuck into the braiding hair. It's also something that I'm still working on, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but some of the knotless braids that I have, you'll see my natural hair like sticking out, but that just means that I should have put more edge control on my natural hair. But you know, practice makes perfect. Also, if your braids are gonna be long, make sure while you're braiding, you're kind of detangling the braiding hair so that it doesn't make a huge knot and you end up having to cut it off. So I'm just gonna repeat those same steps for each and every single braiding hair that I do. Also, don't forget to moisturize your natural hair before putting it in your braiding hair. I know some people may say it causes your natural hair to be slippery or whatever, but I feel like if you just use the right braiding technique, your natural hair and the braiding hair should be fine. But always make sure you moisturize your hair. So once again, I'm going to braid my natural hair first, and I'm gonna probably do about 3 braids in before I actually add in my feet in here and continue on the braid. What I also do when I'm ending off my natural hair into the feeding hair, I also like to add in more braiding hair. So here I'm typically using small pieces of hair, but I like to add in more of the small pieces when I'm reaching the end of my natural hair. And also don't forget to add your extra jam so that it's nice and sleek, and it also tucks into the braiding hair. So when it comes to the blonde hair, you see why tucking your natural hair ends is really important. It's so that it doesn't stick out and become noticeable. Just make sure you use your jam or edge control, whichever sleeks down your hair better. Use that so that you can tuck in your hair. This particular knotless braid was bigger than the rest, which I did not like, so I ended up redoing it in the end. But make sure that when you are sectioning out your braiding hair that they are similar in size. The way how I section out my braiding hair is the pieces that I'm going to use closer to my roots are going to be smaller than the pieces that are towards my ends. So I want them to be small. However, some pieces are gonna just be a little thicker than others, just a little bit. In this particular case, my braiding pieces were too big and I ended up having to redo it. So in the end, this is how my blonde strands look, and you can see that my natural hair is nicely tucked and none of it is sticking out. You can see it, but I didn't really care for that. What was important to me was that my ends were tucked. You guys can replay this video as much as you need to understand the concept of a knotless braid, but I made sure to give you guys different angles as well as how it looks with the blonde hair versus using black hair. Alright, so just to be honest, this was a 2-day process, and now that I'm complete with every single one of my braids and I'm satisfied of how the size came out, I just wanted to go in with some scissors to cut like any little flyaways. And then after I cut my flyaways, I'm gonna also go in with a lighter to then burn the ends of the flyaways so they kind of shrink into the braid. This won't, you know, make your hair catch on fire or anything. It's completely safe. Just make sure your braiding hair says that it can be wet with hot water and it's not flammable or anything like that. Yeah, and of course my cat wanted to come in and say hi. She loves attention. But yeah, after you're done burning your braids, you're gonna go in with some hot water to now seal in the braids. And this will make the braids look a lot more sleeker and less synthetic. And you are done. Because you'll be dipping your hair in some hot water, make sure you have a towel nearby so you don't burn yourself. And when I placed my hair in the hot water, I kind of just let it like sit in there all crinkly, so it came out a little curly at the ends, but I didn't mind. And this is how long my braids are. They stop, I would say, like right below my butt or right in the middle. And of course it's time for edges. This part is also very optional. I didn't leave out too much of my edges because I didn't want it to be too dramatic. I kind of liked it on the finer side, but I went in with my edge control as well as some got-to-be spray so that my baby hairs would just stay in place. And just like that, we're all complete, and this is how the final style looks. I personally like how my parting is not all the same. The boxes are different, but they're clean and neat, and that was important. So if you guys recreate this look, tag me. My Instagram is down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for the next video. Yeah, sorry guys, my camera kept cutting out, but that's the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more from me, your fave, Misslavishli. Comment down below how you guys think I did for this is my second time doing knotless box braids this size, and I just wanted to add a little color to it because I felt like it just fits, right, for the season and all. So yeah, thank you guys for staying tuned and watching this video, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. Bye.